First of all, guys, amazing job on this show. It completely blew my mind. Severance mixes dark comedy, satire, and mystery, but at its core, it's a very human story in a way that I hadn't really seen done before. Patricia, let's start with you. What attracted you to the story and premise by Dan Erickson?
Well, I just thought it was so interesting, this whole world that he'd come up with. You know, it really was different. It was this sci-fi thing and had comedy elements. It was a little bit film noir. It was a little bit of a soap opera. It was futuristic. And I was so excited to work with Ben again. And the vision and the way they made this look, I was just excited to be a part of this.
How about you, Tramell?
Well, the first I heard of the show, I knew that Ben was directing. And then I saw that he did Escape at Dannemora, and I saw that program and was just absolutely floored by it. So I wanted to be a part of it. And reading the script, I was so enthralled by it. I was unsure what it was. Just like Patricia said, it had so many elements mixed into it. So I was like, what is this? But I knew I was in. I wanted to dive head in. And then I found out Patricia's in it. I was like, okay, this is it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. Exactly.
So it's a dream.
Now, Patricia, I feel like Harmony Cobell is one of the most mysterious characters on the show and really drives the suspense. Can you talk to me a little bit about Harmony?
Well, I have to say it was really a weird thing because on the page, it wasn't really on there. So I was very confused. I mean, I think in a way, all of us kind of talked about this actors, like, what's the tone of this? I don't exactly understand what it is. Ben had it really clearly in his head. And it was really an exercise of just trust to kind of go, okay, man, I don't know if this is working or not. We were taking big kind of pauses that are strange and tampering down choices at times. And it was really an exercise of faith to just kind of fall into this world. And it was weird, too, because we were shooting it during COVID. We had masks and all this kind of stuff and social distancing and a lot of lockdowns and then more lockdowns because, close contacts. And then this structure of this corporation is also so stifling in a way. So I think it was pretty intense for all of us. Don't you think, Tramell?
No, absolutely. The added element of social distancing really served this world because we all are in the show very distant from one another.
That's real fascinating.
Yeah. So it really fed the process and everything you said, just leaning in and trusting each other was very crucial for this.
Yeah, we're like, what are we doing?
So now you play Milchek. Talk to me about Milchek and his role at Lumon.
Well, Milchek is a company man. He is a loyal company man to Keir Egan's principles and what Lumon stands for. And I like to say that he's in charge of office culture. And he is critical in making sure that MDR stays focused and productive.
I love that. He's definitely in charge of office culture. All right. Now, Patricia, like you said, you're reteaming with Ben again. Can you talk to me about collaborating with Ben and what his directing style brought to Severance?
It's funny because it was very different, really, on Escape at Dannemora to this. With Escape at Dannemora, it was more like, go with it. Yeah, okay, what? Kind of. And with this, it was much more structured. And I think that kind of helped and it made sense with this material and this very structured world where, I think there's safety in rules, but there also can be confinement and control, and it can tip the balance to too much. And that's kind of the world that these people are living in. So it was he actually had a very different approach, I feel.
Interesting. Now, Tramell, Milchek works closely with Harmony. He's pretty much her eyes and ears on the severed floor. How does Milchek view Harmony, and how do the folks on the severed floor view Milchek?
Well, I believe that Milchek looked up to Harmony. He was his mentor. He learned so much, the techniques that he embodies, the tactics that he takes on, he learns from her. He is a star She's a star, like this is who I want to be, and I think that Milchek believes that the people on the severed floor, we're friends, we're confidants, we're colleagues, Milchek makes himself available to those at MDR that if you need anything, you can talk to me, as long as you follow the rules.
I think, there's always this weird thing there where it's like, oh, these are the rules. These are rules. Oh, you broke the rules.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, you didn't know the rules, but you broke them anyway. It's like, even when you feel like you're moving up the ladder or you feel like you're in a good position, you're still always in trouble. You're still always indebted to the corporation or the thing at large that you can never quite exactly figure out, but you're playing like you know what it is, but you're kind of in a little bit of terror all the time that you're doing something wrong, no matter what you do.
Well, especially about your character, Patricia, because you don't know if you're going to get a stapler thrown at your head or what's coming. You know what I mean? But
hey, man,
I do have another question for you because you did say something.
Stay fast, sharp.
You did say something pretty interesting to me. Is that you said some of it wasn't on the page, but what did you want to bring to your role that wasn't on the page?
I just think there's different kind of human mechanisms that people use, even subconsciously, to kind of make bonds and relationships in a way. And some of this is allowed in this structure of this corporation. Like when MDR is having a party, okay, this is allowed and this is the structure of the party. But even just in little moments, I think, between actors, sometimes that would be like not allowed. And it was like, whoa, this feels really weird, but it was great because the corporate structure of this world is always throwing you off. So we were always a little bit thrown off, and that's kind of where our characters are at. They're trapped in this thing that's kind of weird. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You guys do a phenomenal job on this show. It had me, I was straight up binging through this. I could not stop watching it. So fantastic job. And thank you guys so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.